While exploring one day, Fidor noticed a man sitting under a tree, doing something with a small pile of dry grass and twigs. Curious, Fidor turned on his camera and hurried over. As soon as he asked what was going on, the man explained. Just a few minutes ago, a squirrel's nest fell from the tree. Inside the tiny nest were two newborn baby squirrels, still helpless and fragile. The two of them watched the babies for a while and decided to wait from a distance, hoping that the mother squirrel might come back looking for her babies. If she returned, they planned to carefully place the nest back up in the tree. But after waiting for about 25 to 30 minutes, there was no sign of the mother. So after talking it over, Fidor decided to take the nest and the two babies home for safety. Once home, Fidor gently placed the tiny nest inside a bowl near his porch. Then he brought them inside to introduce them to his family. Right away, everyone fell in love with the tiny creatures. With care and compassion, they began feeding the orphaned babies using a small syringe with liquid formula. Even though their eyes were still closed, the hungry little ones started drinking eagerly from their hands. The family named them Max and Milo. After feeding them, they placed the babies in a glass container lined with soft fabric, a cozy little home. Sadly, the next morning, the smallest one, Milo, passed away for unknown reasons. Fidor was heartbroken. But after that, he and his family poured even more love and attention into taking care of Max, the surviving baby. They fed him 7 to 8 times a day, and with every passing day, Max grew stronger and more playful. He became part of the family. Everyone spent time playing with him. Soon, Max wasn't just Fidor's pet. He was a friend to every member of the house. They let him roam freely inside the home, where he'd run from one corner to the other, full of energy and mischief. Yet he never once tried to go outside. But deep down, they all knew a wild animal shouldn't stay caged inside forever. No matter how much Max loved his human family, his true home was still out there, in nature. So Fidor's father began placing Max's cage outside for a few hours each day, allowing him to see the world beyond the walls and get used to the sounds of nature again. After many days, the family made a difficult decision. With heavy hearts, they decided it was time to let Max return to the wild. Holding him close for the last time, Fidor's father whispered his goodbye and then gently released Max into the forest. Max ran up a tree, free once again. But Fidor's father couldn't shake the feeling that Max would come back, at least once. He believed that someday Max would return to visit the family that raised him. And then, about 8 or 10 days later, something incredible happened. Fidor's father saw a squirrel running straight toward him. It was Max! Overwhelmed with joy, he rushed inside, grabbed Max's favorite food, and fed him, just like old times. From that day on, Max often came back to visit, though the family never brought him indoors again. They wanted him to live freely, to find a mate, to start his own little squirrel family. And sure enough, after a month and a half, Fidor's father saw Max climbing down the tree with his new companion. The family couldn't be happier. But soon after, something quite unusual happened. It involved their pet fox, Frocky. To see what happened next, click on the video on the left.